Morning, everyone. This morning I wanted to take the time to give you an example of how we are doing our writing pieces for this week, how they are going to be formed, and we're looking at something called chronological order. That's another way of saying the time that events happen. So you can arrange details in order in which they happen: first, second, then, next, later, and so on. Those would be your transition words. Autobiographical and biographical essays are almost always organized chronologically, as are science and history reports. So I wanted to do one here with you as an example. I also wanted you to think of your recipes, because I'm asking you to write down your recipe and how it's cooked. So the way that you cook it is going to be step by step, and you're going to do whatever happens first. That's what you're going to write down first. So we're just going to talk really simple, and I'm going to use some of those transition words that I just mentioned. So let's pretend we are making eggs. We're going to do scrambled eggs. Now, scrambled eggs are something that is fairly easy to make, so I think that it would be an easy writing piece to give you as an example. Now, what is going to happen first? Well, first, now notice after my transition word, I know this is a little bit upside down for you. Let me see if I can make it right side up. We'll pull this down. Okay, so after my transition word, I've put a comma. And when you use your transition words, I really want you to make sure that you're using that comma. Then, da 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 da. First, blah blah blah. That is your little pause, and then you continue on your sentence. So please remember to use your comma. Okay? So first, you need to get out your ingredients. Excuse my spelling, we are going to double check. It's always good to double check. And you know what? I actually just might write, because this is what I want you to do as well. If you think you spelled anything wrong, we are just going to put our SP for spelling mistake, and then we'll continue. So first you need to get out your ingredients. You will need, and now, I'm going to make a list of the things you'll need. When you're making a list in a sentence, you need to make sure you write your commas in. Put the comma between each thing that you're listing. So you will need eggs, milk. I like to put salt and pepper in mine. I'm also going to write down some of the things that I will be needing for like a bowl, a whisk. So you will need eggs, milk, salt, pepper, we're going to say a medium-sized bowl. And, well, hold on. No, hold on. And a fry pan. Now, I just realized I forgot to add in that you need some kind of a cooking oil or cooking spray or butter. I prefer to use butter, so I'm gonna add in here butter. So that way when I go to do my good copy, I'll know that butter needs to come in here as well. Now let me make sure you can see that. Okay, so First, you will need to get out your ingredients. You will need eggs, milk, salt, pepper, butter, a medium bowl, a whisk, and a fry pan. So that's the first thing. That's my first chunk. Now, we want to talk about how to combine it together. I'll say start with cracking your eggs in a bowl. Then another transition word. So even though I'm not using this transition word from one paragraph to another, I'm using this from one thought to another. So then and my comma. Then add in some milk and salt and pepper. To taste. Now I say to taste because everybody likes different amounts of salt and pepper in their eggs. So after that, you're going to want to write in what would come next. So we're going to want to whisk this all together. Whisk together until combined. Okay, so you're going to want to whisk that together until combined. Now I want to start a new paragraph because I'm thinking of a new thought and I'm going on to a whole other step. So the first part is gathering your ingredients and actually like putting it together. Now you're actually going to start cooking it. So I'm going to say next. Again, we've got our transition words here. We've got first and then we have next. Both have commas. And you'll notice that I indented a little bit. From that way we know that this is a new paragraph. So whenever you're doing a new paragraph, you want to start on the next line and leave a little space here so you know, okay, this is my next paragraph that I'm writing about. And when you're doing your journaling, I want you to make sure that when you write each of the events that happen, there's going to be so much detail in each event that I want each of them to be their own paragraph. So next, place your fry pan on the stove. Heat up and add butter. Once butter is melted, I'm putting a comma because I'm then going into another thought. So once butter is melted, pour, in the, I'm going to say egg mixture because there's more than just eggs in it. Oh, and you know what else I forgot? We need some kind of a spatula or we're going to call it a spatula. So a spatula would be what you use to actually push around the eggs when they're on the pan. So I'm writing that in here with my different color marker because I'm going to go back in later and I will edit and actually add those in. So pour in the egg mixture. Once the eggs begins to cook, Oops. Stir or push around until all the egg is cooked. Now, that is basically the simplest way to cook eggs, and I'm going to put down here that we're going to now eat our eggs, and you can decide how you want to eat your eggs. Now, I think I like to eat my eggs, prefer to eat my eggs with cheese on top, maybe with some fruit on the side, and I'm going to obviously put it on a plate. So you're going to want to say that. So now that your eggs are done, so now that your eggs are done. Now this is kind of a transition phrase, okay? So it's not necessarily just one word, but now I'm saying now that they're done, here's our next thing that we're going to do. Now that your eggs are done, and I need to have a new to add to this. I'm going to add another whiteboard here so we can keep writing. Now that your eggs are done, oops, I want to put this over, I don't want to indent that part. You are ready to plate them and enjoy. I like to add shredded cheese, oops, shredded is not going to fit there, so we're going to move that down to add, oops, that's not a capital. Haha, it's not cheese, it's cheese. Cheese. And we'll say fruit on the side. So I'm going to move this so you can see it better. It's a little bit long, so we may have to just, don't like that glare. Okay, scrambled eggs. So notice I have my title, my scrambled eggs title, and you're going to have your title as being day 1, day 2, day 3, and probably, or I hope that you would put the date as well. So my title is scrambled eggs. First, you need to get out your ingredients. You will need eggs, milk, salt, pepper, butter, a medium bowl, a whisk, and a fry pan. Actually, I would take out that and I would put a fry pan and a spatula. Start with cracking your eggs. Now, I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't like the way that's worded now that I've heard it out loud. So I'm going to cross that out, and I'm going to use the word by instead. So I'm going to add in Start by cracking your eggs in a bowl. Then add in some milk and salt and pepper to taste. Whisk together until combined. There's my first paragraph. My transition word, next. Place your fry pan on the stove, heat up and add butter. Once the butter is melted, pour in the egg mixture. Once the egg begins to cook, stir or push around until all the egg is cooked. Now here is my transition phrase. Now that your egg eggs are done, you are ready to plate them and enjoy. I like to add shredded cheese and fruit on the side. Okay, so that is how you would write in order. I'm telling you exactly the time that things are happening. So what's happening first, what's happening next, and what's happening last. And that's the same thing as in your day. What happened in the very first part of your day, the middle part of your day, and the last part of your day. And I hope that with this example and the example given to you in your learning packet, you will be able to write about your day. And I really encourage the use of editing, because I really want you to practice editing and practice making those changes, because then I'm able to notice that you are seeing your mistakes and you're able to fix them. Good luck.